Hope you're having a great day today. I just showed up to a job site and I'm thinking I got myself in over my head. So here we have an old burned down barn of some kind, some sort of outdoor storage building. It looks like it was timber framed. You know, you can see kind of this structure over here, but then it's also got siding on it, or, you know, it used to have siding on it, you can see. So I'm not sure what the whole story is, but we're here to clean this up. And I agreed to do this without seeing it. I'm working for a junk hauling company. Typically just charge them by a, you know, time-based scenario, either by the hour or by the day, depending on what's going on. This job was all kind of a rush scenario. I think the city is maybe on the property owner to get this cleaned up. And so it was push, and we made things happen. We got here today, which was a miracle in itself. And this is the first time I've seen it. Now I'm here. It's just quite the project. So I am very thankful. I did rent a really big machine for this job. We got ourselves, I think it's a 38,000 pound machine. It's a Doosan DX 170. So we'll be putting that thing to use. We've got our first dumpster here. We're gonna go ahead and start crunching stuff up and stuffing it in. Part of the struggle of this whole scenario is, for one, there's this old dozer that's stuck here. I don't think that thing's gonna move real easy. Then somebody else is here with a mini excavator stirring around and mixing things up, and now I've got organic material mixed with C&D, mixed with, you know, scrap metal, mixed with like tires. There's just a lot of stuff in here, and so we kind of need to sort it out. There's really only one way to deal with it, and that's just to get started. So let's dive right in. All right, here's our traditional job site golf ball. Every time we turn up some dirt here in Ohio, it seems like we find a golf ball, so we'll start by throwing that in. Hey guys, when we were editing, I realized that having the doors and windows on the excavator open while filming made it really hard to hear what I was saying. I'm so sorry about that. Just hang in there. The second half of the video I had the doors and windows closed, and it's much easier to hear. Oh boy, some of this is such a mess. I don't even know where to get started here. I guess we can start by making ourselves a little pile for this. Maybe this already is a pile for this. We're gonna have to get it moved a little bit so we can squeeze the dumpster back in separate out anything that looks like it's a part of a house, like housewares, residential waste. You can't have that kind of stuff mixed in with demolition debris because it's not twice as much to get rid of. It's made more work out of it because we don't quite understand how it goes. I think I've got most of the stuff separated off the pile. I'm going to go ahead and start crushing it up. Oh man, every time I think I got it, there's another tree. right, now we got ourselves up on top of this pile of debris here. Try and tidy it up. Give us something to pull against. You know, a way to load our bucket nice and easy. Like that. Now I gotta pull some of that stuff out. Gotta put this weed whacker over yonder. Myself a little household debris pile going on over there. We'll pull our dumpster a little bit closer and then we can start loading things up. Got some scrap over here. I don't even know. Burned up or something. Pieces falling off of it. Oh, that's an old Volkswagen motor. That's what that was. It was still all burned up. Man, being up on top of this pile is a little squishy surface. You gotta be careful. Rocking is pretty hard if you're not. Alrighty, it's finally time to do some of the fun stuff and start tearing this structure down, or at least what's left of it. Not too complicated of a process here. We just got to pull it all in towards the inside the building. Nice. I will say these timbers are going to be kind of hard to break up because I bet they're all oak or at least hardwood. Some of these later barns were built out of beech and oak. This is what was left after all the building barns were built out of oak. So we'll see. Might just pile them up and throw them in the bottom of the dumpster, all kind of laying in nice. Sometimes the trick to breaking something up is just having something to break again. Nice. That worked out good. Can't imagine there's anybody that would want to salvage these. They're just so charred. Wouldn't look good for any of the interior decorating stuff that people use barn beams for, and nasty too, to be honest. This post almost fell down the wrong way. Alright, it's finally time to really focus on filling our first dumpster all the way up. I think I got most of this broke up fairly well. I don't have a bunch of big boards sticking out of it or anything. Pick up a bucket full. Oh, dribbling though, that's not good. I've been tossing a couple buckets in here every now and then when I got a chance, but we need to make sure we get enough dumpsters filled early enough in the day so we know exactly how many we need to have this game. Try to fill them up as even as we can and pack them down. It's the best way to get them as full as possible. There's a tire. Stack of tires over here. tucking the last little bits into this dumpster and they'll be ready for pickup. So I'm really hoping we can get out in 4 dumpsters. That's kind of what we bid it for. There we go. Alrighty folks, here we're gonna pick the top of this beam off this building. Just was worried about this whole structure falling over and coming apart in the wrong way. But this one thankfully came off of here real smooth. Had that corner post fall in, but that's okay because it fell in. Beams are just long and challenging to work on in such a tight space. This whole project was kind of in the woods here and there was just no room to do anything. Sometimes it was even hard to find room for the counterweight to swing around behind the machine. Gonna set this down over here and we're gonna clean those last couple boards off. Can't see them real well, but just picking them off with the teeth on the other side of the beam there. Push this out of the way then. Try to pick the next beam out of this pile. Trying to be careful with these things. They're fairly fragile and we don't want to break them up too much. But we also got to get the stuff off of them. Just crushing this stuff up. Gotta make it as small as possible to fit into the dumpster. And now it's time to grab that other beam off the back side. This is the last tall beam. There we go, we got it nice and gentle. Now just to pluck it off. Yes, and that whole wall came as one piece. That's super nice. Perfect. Now I don't have to worry about that thing falling into the weeds. We just gotta knock this last little bit over here. There we go. Nothing fell backwards, that was good. Push the rest on over. Well, that came down about as good as it could have. I'm trying to save these posts and beams now because the fella who lives here, who is not the property owner, asked me to. He's got some plan for them. I'm not sure what it is. They're so full of nails, I don't think I could ever be resawn. But who knows? People come with all kinds of crazy ideas. So we're set them aside. We'll let him deal with them on his own time. I'm trying to clean them off and get the studs off of them at least, so that way it's not too much work for him. I might just pitch this one. It's kind of short, kind of rotted on both ends. I did lose this corner over here, but that was the only thing that fell out, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's satisfactory. Could have been better, but it's good enough. So now it's just a matter of breaking all this stuff up and throwing it in the dumpsters. That's all we have left to do. Did get another dumpster delivered. That guy left with an empty truck and didn't pick up the first dumpster, so I'm not sure what his strategy is there, but that's not my problem. I'll let them worry about that. And yeah, we'll just get to processing this stuff up more. It's looking like it's going to be close as far as dumpster volume. I'm not sure. We'll let the job site tell us. Well, folks, the fellow that I'm doing this work for sent one of his trucks down to grab the scrap, which is mighty fine with me. This stuff ain't worth a whole lot anymore, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But we're loaded up in his truck here. I did get all that pile broke up and ready to go. I just want to get the scrap loaded out first because I want to rearrange these dumpsters. They kind of dropped them off in a weird order. We had all 3 of them here at one point, so they're just not in a good way. And I want to make sure that I get them a little bit closer and a little bit easier to access before I start filling them. But I wanted to make sure we get the scrap out of here first because I didn't want to block the scrap pile from the dump truck with the dumpsters. See if we can get this in here without tearing up truck sideboards. It's always a trick. There we go. Very nice. It's super hard to pack scrap into a dump truck. You can't go beating on it and smashing it down real hard. You gotta be gentle. Try not to tear things up, especially on a little truck like this with a big excavator like this. Might be a little over full. Let's see if we can tuck that in some. Oh man, I just can't push on it too hard. I also don't want something to catch that tarp on the front of the truck and tear it up. That'd be a big bummer. Alright, I think this truck is full. I'm going to clean this up. And then I'm not sure what's next. Now we're grabbing up our tires and houseware stuff and we're putting that in a dump trailer from the same place as that dump truck. They're going to take it back to their warehouse and sort out the tires and that kind of thing. So just a little bit of tedious and careful placement in this trailer because if we make a big mistake with this machine, it'll definitely leave a mark on this trailer. They've been having problems with those doors coming undone. So he's putting please excuse that hillbilly Cummins diesel pickup truck, but put the strap on the door to just kind of make sure it stays shut, you know. It's a bummer to have things like that fly open on the highway. Alrighty, we got that scrap loaded out and that debris loaded out, and now we're back on to filling these dumpsters. Looking like I could have possibly crushed that up a little bit more. Since they took a load of tires, I don't have anywhere to get rid of tires if I find more. If it's not much, I'll just take them in my truck and get rid of them somewhere. Well, folks, I got carried away and loaded these dumpsters all the way up. Here they are. They are packed tight. There is not a cubic inch of extra space in here. I feel bad for the fellas got to pick them up. They're probably kind of heavy. So got them a nice straight shot out the driveway. The machine's over there fueling up before I leave. Here is the pad. As you can see, the excavator kind of cracked it a wee bit there. You'll kind of have that with a 40,000 pound machine, I guess. So the resident here wanted to save those timbers, so we saved those for him. As you can see, there's a little bit of perimeter trash or garbage. And I just want you to know, this property has plenty of garbage. In fact, this whole area is full. Beyond there is full. Over in there is full. There's all this. We were contracted specifically just for getting the building down and getting it cleaned up. So, I mean, you could spend a week here getting everything all cleaned up, but that's not what the customer was interested in. They were just interested in getting the building down. I think the city was on them, maybe. And so, because it was a big rush job. And so we got in here, we did it, we got done. That's what matters. So, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I'm ready to pack up and head home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you, and I really hope to see you on the next one.